not feeling them that day, I just won't watch them.
Yeah.
Like
what?
It's on Parker Lives. I don't watch Parker Lives when he's talking about God. I have no interest in that. I don't go comment. Oh my goodness, horrible.
Jesus.
Oh.
Hello?
That's my job.
Who just came on and burped?
That was not me. I heard it too.
Oh.
No, I didn't do it. I would admit to it.
Was it Hulk?
It was me.
Oh. Oh, it wasn't me.
I'm just after a bit of education, to be honest, because when I read the first part of it, stop pushing kids to be straight. Like, straight is your sexual identity, right? Like, your preference.
If you're straight, yeah.
To what you're attracted to, but surely kids don't know what they're attracted to sexually. They're children. So
it doesn't have anything
we're not talking about sex. We're not talking about sex. We're talking about
stop pushing kids to be straight. That's the heading.
Yes.
Straight is
kids
your.
Kids can be straight. It's about like having crushes. It's about having an attraction towards other people.
Attraction, but children don't always know what they're attracted to.
Not necessarily. It's okay, but it's not necessarily sexual. It's about romantic. Like, as a preschooler, I had a crush on a girl.
Children have romantic like, this is what I'm trying to say.
But
like,
they do.
Really, under the age of 18, children should not recognize that they have an attraction towards other children.
No, about their own sexual identity. Like,
that's
should they know that as children?
No, that's a puritanical view. You're ignoring biology and society. That is not factually a thing that can or ever will exist unless you're in a very repressive society.
But it's like just saying when you ask a child what they want to be when they grow up as a job.
No, it's not the same thing at all.
No, I'm making a point. Please
no,
don't.
You're making an analogy that's bad.
That's not that. No, they're not analogous.
No, but I'm saying preferences can change. Do you understand that?
Okay, wait, Rome. When you were little,
like, attraction can change. Who you're attracted to can change.
Okay, Rome. When you were little, did you ever have a crush?
Say that again. Sorry.
When you were little, did you ever have a crush? Probably on a guy, but who knows? Do you have a crush when you were little?
Yeah, but I'm saying it can change, right? That's my point.
Not necessarily.
So, yes, it can.
Some people like.
No, it doesn't necessarily change for everyone.
No, wait, but people who are okay.
Everyone, but it can for certain people. Am I correct?
Like what? Like who?
Your
like gay people? Are you talking about gay people?
Your attraction can change.
Like if you're bi or something, or pan, your attraction can change.
So you need
That's
to
not changing,
you
though.
need to include the bi. People don't always know what they are.
No, Rome. So here's what you're missing.
I don't think you know what I don't think you even know what the topic is.
I'm reading the topic. Stop pushing.
Would you like me to explain? Would you like me to explain the background?
Right.
Would you like me to explain the background for you?
But I'm trying to say, children.
We know what you're trying to say.
She doesn't want you to explain anything. She just wants to keep going.
Like you, Abby, vulva face.
Wait.
Huh?
What?
Asking that girl earlier if she know what a vulva was, completely changing the topic.
I didn't ask her that. That wasn't me.
That was Mr. Jones, and I followed up.
That was Mr. Jones.
Yeah,
He's not
you
here.
all jumped on her when she didn't want to answer that simple
did.
question.
There was a whole other thing before that. Are you just fucking?
Yeah,
I
was watching it, and it's
okay,
like when anyone has an opposition argument,
You're
you
not
all jump
letting
on it.
anyone else speak. You don't
Like
even want to know what the. If you've been here this fucking no, you're gonna shut the fuck up.
Coming from you,
Shut
bitch.
up. Jesus
Rome, just
Christ.
be quiet.
If you've been
for
here
2
since that guest,
seconds.
you should know what the fuck this topic means. You're not even making any sense, and you don't stop talking so someone else can fucking talk.
I was just going to ask whether you wanted to start the conversation over where I can explain to you what the background means so we can start at a baseline understanding of what it means and completely start over.
Unmute me then.
Would you be interested in that?
I was having a conversation with you, Abby, right? Until Mel jumped down my throat. So I would appreciate...
No, I did,
Yeah, roll
you
your
dummy.
eyes. I don't care. Roll your eyes. I
fucking
don't
did.
care. Abby, I was going to have a genuine conversation because I come on here.
Shut up.
No, you fucking wouldn't. You wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Mel, you're gonna need a giant glass of self-care after this live.
Oh my
Did she call me vulva face?
Yeah.
Did she call me vulva face or Mel vulva face?
She called Abby vulva face.
I thought that she called me a vulva face. I think she said, Abby, you're Abby vulva face. Or both of us. Maybe she was saying me and vulva. I don't know.
So Abby and vulva face. Even though I was not the one who fucking said anything about a vulva, but
Jones
you know,
was the one that brought it up.
Shit on Mel.
Yeah, and I'm the only one here who fucking followed up with it.
Hello, chicken, whatever.
Hey guys, you alright?
No, what's up?
No, just
What's
say
up?
you guys alright? You good?
Yeah, no, what's up?
Not really, no, but what's up?
We're chilling.
What did you request? Why did you request? Why are you here?
I'm just supporting the cause, that's all.
Cool, we're looking for opposition. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Wait,
You said you're supporting the cause, so we don't need to talk to you.
Oh, these red coats on. It's like almost 11 o'clock in the UK.
Cool, keep it up. W's in chat, post your on live. Everybody wins.
Also, for anyone asking, I'm fine. I don't really care about what that girl said.
You say that we're rude, I'm just gonna mute you.
Seriously, I'm just so over it.
What's
Hello?
up, Stuart?
And if you keep saying it, I'm just gonna block you.
What's up?
Hello?
Hello, I'm Stuart 34. I'm gay.
Cool.
I also kind of understand where that girl's coming from with it's hard to define whether a kid can be straight or gay when they're
So
young.
do you understand the background first? Like, before we get into anything, do you understand what the background means?
Yes, because I was watching you yesterday as well, and I'm like really
Okay.
into it because I've got loads of friends that are in the same situation, but it's only speaking to people and getting more. It's like knowledge. It's educating ourselves, and I feel that that's what some people are being ignorant, but I feel that even last night when people were chatting, people are getting shut down, but they're like the guy yesterday with the whole I can't get my head around this, I can't get, but he was being
Okay,
quite
are you here to
respectful.
fucking tone police too, or do you have something to say? I am not dealing with this anymore. I'm not. I'm done.
Stuart, did you follow that person that was on the live saying that last night so you could then
No.
host a live and educate that
No.
person?
No.
Okay, then shut the fuck up and go away.
Okay, people, you normally hate me, like this is normal, but to have them all come in and tell me how much is not. What the fuck is wrong with you? Seriously, if you don't like me, you can fucking scroll on.
Yeah, I don't like you. You're rude.
Good,
You're
bye.
rude and gay.
I'm not gay, actually, but cool.
We all wish.
It's from gay.
We all wish.
Yeah.
This is the farthest thing from gay.
We've been trying, but it's not working.
What's up, Vent?
Hi, I just wanted to say I agree with everything you're saying about from
How
one
old are
comment
you?
Abby made.
Wait, how old are you?
Yeah, how old are you?
How old are you?
I'm 19. I was born in 2004.
Okay, go ahead. Continue.
Dogs are better than cats. Dogs will always rule supreme. You
Okay,
can
I
kick me down if
disagree,
you
but
want.
also it's not the background, so I won't fight you too hard on it.
I just wanted to say I love what you're doing. I think you're amazing for doing it.
Thank you. I appreciate
I
it.
don't get why people are coming in and being rude to you. I think it's wrong. And I think people are assholes. But yeah, you can kick me now if you want.
I mean, you're right.
Thanks for coming up.
The only thing I disagree with, you can kick, but Vent, while you're listening, the only thing I disagree with is that I think we all know why people do it. Like, I understand why people do it. It's not based on anything logical or like good, but I think we all know why.
Yeah.
It's
Thank
because
you. All right, hit the button.
it's because they hate themselves.
I'm gonna do something.
Okay,
real quick.
okay, Abby. I want to have a genuine conversation here.
Yeah.
What I want to know is how are you so fabulous and why?
Hey, oi!
I don't
Somebody
know.
sent
I don't know
something.
this.
Thank
I
you.
don't know
That
this.
wasn't-
Angela sent a pearl.
Abby, you're not listening to me. You're not letting me finish. Abby, you're amazing, okay? I genuinely mean that.
All right, I'm ending this for a second. All right, we're gonna do something different for a minute. So I can breathe. All right, I'm gonna start a poll. Smiley face for cats, sad face for dogs. Which ones are better? Go.
That's a biased polling.
Wait, which one did you say?
Put your hands
Cats
together.
are smiley face, dogs are sad face.
I just think that
I'll make sure I knew which one I'm voting for.
Face, you know?
What the heck? Dogs are winning anyways. Come on, cats.
Ooh, they're really close.
Come on, cats. Come on, cats. Oh no. Oh dear. Come on, cats. Come on, they're beating us, cats. Let's go. Cats are better. Everyone knows this.
It's like super close. I can't choose. I know. Me neither. I'm not.
We have a vote on Discord for cats. So whatever the end total is, we got +1. Come on, cats. We're falling behind. I don't know how long this poll is, but I can tell. Come on. Oh, 10 seconds. Oh no. Come on, cats. Let's go. We got this. We got this. We got this. Smiley face is cats, so we should click smiley face. That's the one.
Oh, dogs are winning.
134 to 122. Gross.
Yeah.
I could be one of those battle TikTokers and just go on and battle people. Like, come on, cats. Cat, I see that.
I couldn't choose. I mean, my cats are more of assholes than my dog, but.
No, dogs weren't the underdogs. Dogs won the poll.
My dog's doing a victory lap.
Nice.
Very slowly. He did so fast you couldn't even see it. Hello,
Hi.
Christina.
I actually have a question. I agree with you guys, but I was in a situation earlier today, actually. So there was something on the news about a trans person getting beat up by someone on the train. And obviously I didn't agree with it, but my mom was like, she said something about it's a man pretending to be a woman, and I just didn't really know how to react, because she's usually like, you know, accepting of everybody, but I just know how to react. So all I just said was like, don't say that, but I just don't know what I ever say when things like this happen, because I don't want to shut up either. So I want to know what you guys think.
To the one in Minneapolis?
No, I'm not in the U.S. right now.
Is that what you're talking in Europe?
About? No. It was here. It was in where I live.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Trans people are not like women pretending to be men or men pretending to be women.
Can I talk on this one?
Yep.
Thank you. That's a hard one. And sorry, my son is playing a shooting game. Let me just go get back into here. Let's try here. And I want to be as genuine and understanding as possible. Do you realize that
I'll bring it back.
trans women, trans men are not pretending to be, and they are not trying to be. It's that they are.
Yeah.
They are. So when shit like that happens, it's going to ruffle some feathers. And I've been thinking a lot about this lately. Think about it this way. Murderers, rapists, sorry, I guess I don't know what the political term I should use so we don't get banned. But people with hate in their heart are going to cause that hate unconditionally. They just want to do it. They're going to find a way to do it. By having gender neutral bathrooms, or a trans woman using a women's bathroom, or a trans man using a men's bathroom, isn't going to change. A hateful person isn't going to stop at at a bathroom stall and say, "Oh, wait a minute. Can I beat you up after you get out of the bathroom because I'm not allowed in there? It says this and there's a bill passed that men aren't allowed to use." No, they're going to go in there regardless. It doesn't matter if they're trying to pretend or it's that they are. Now, unfortunately, there are some awful people out there that are doing just that, to try and cause more divide and more pain and more hate towards people who are just trying to existing and go number one and go number two. And it hurts because people think that these people like myself and Abby and other people like us are malicious people when we're just fighting for equality. And Christina, I think you said you're 19. Forgive me if I'm wrong.
Oh yeah, I'm 19. My voice gets a little shaky because I'm nervous. But...
Oh, no worries. Don't be nervous, honey. One of the things that will maybe allow you to think a little bit more, and I haven't been saying it as much lately, even though circumstance has allowed it, is to the privileged, equality feels like oppression. Now, what do you think that means?
I know what I mean. Like, I agree with you guys. It's just, okay, I don't know how to explain it because I'm really bad with words.
No, that's okay. And I'm not trying to put you on the spot. If you don't feel like answering.
No, that's why that's actually why I came on here, because I'm not very good with explaining stuff like this, and I do like debating. I just never do because sometimes I get put on the spot and, words don't come out.
I get it. I'm the same way.
Just to clarify, you said the attack happened, and then you were talking to your mom about it, and your mom said there's pretending to be a man.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah, it was on the news, and what really popped into my head is because it's more of trans people that get to pass, right? Because trans people that pass are most likely to be less attacked than this person. I couldn't really see a good, the video was of her back, so you can really see their face anyway. So I couldn't really tell. Yeah. They were just wearing a dress, but basically, she just said that, and I just kind of froze and didn't know what to say, because I watch you guys all the time. I follow all you guys, so I'll click on any live you guys are on, and I learn, and then I just when I have the time to
You don't follow me.
I do follow you.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I'm pretty, yeah. So, I just didn't know, so to answer your question, can you repeat what you said, please? Because
No, and it's not to answer your question. It's just in your life, in Christina's life, what does privilege look like? And to the privileged, equality feels like oppression.
Yeah.
What does that mean to Christina in Christina's life? And you don't have to answer that here. I just want you to think about that maybe over the next few days and think about, okay, well, is the people I'm hanging out with or talking with, are they flexing their privilege? And that's why they have such a problem with trans women and trans men, because the brunt of it comes down to mostly trans women. They have a problem with trans women. Trans men, not all the time, but go under the radar a little bit better than trans women. And not all trans women have the privilege of transitioning or access to gender affirming care because of the state they live in, the house or the roof they live under, financial reasons. There are so many reasons, or they're just new and they transitioned late in life. And unfortunately, that's a common, not a problem, but a hurdle that trans men and women have to jump on a daily basis for just existing. They just want to. I think of it this way. I think of walking down a track and field track, and there is someone running, and the next person, the trans person, is jumping over hurdles just to keep up to the person that is running normally without those hurdles in their way. And they just want the hurdles taken out so that they can exist the same. That's it. That's it. And not everyone is
totally
privileged
agree
with that.
Yeah. I just I don't know. I guess I'll next time if we with my mom and start to have the conversation. I feel like some people you can't change their mind, and I don't want to leave it alone because I'm not the kind of person to leave something like this alone.
Yeah,
Can I share one thing with you, Christina?
Yeah.
Does this bother you? The things that she said and stuff, does it bother you?
Yeah, because
Okay, let me finish.
Yeah.
No, let me finish. In Cree teachings, in indigenous teachings, we're taught that Kisimantu, our creator, we return from energy form to physical form to learn lessons, to learn lesson. And we're here sometimes for 3 hours, sometimes for 30 years. But we're here to learn lessons. So that feeling you get that bothers you, either A, you've ran into this before, or B, you just have a very empathetic spirit that you know what's right and what's wrong, and that's why it's stirring in you. You've been through this before, so trust your gut. If your gut is telling you to speak on this, whether it's your parents, which is going to be a hard conversation, whether it's your peers, have those conversations and see if you can come at it with an open heart and an open mind to listen, not just to hear what people are saying.
I agree. Thank you. I just I don't know, this time I guess I froze and I was actually listening to Mel's live while the TV was on, but I don't know, I guess I just froze and I was like, oh, she's live, I'm just gonna join and ask. But I've had.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I would say talking to your parents, setting up your parents or family members that you're really close to is obviously significantly harder than coming up to strangers on the internet that you're not seeing their face and interacting with them in real life because there's less repercussions. I mean, there can be, but less so. Especially your parents. Obviously, I don't know how much you listened or whatever. You may or may not have heard my story or whatever, but I know that not all parents are willing to listen. I can say that myself and I'm sure Hall, Two Spirit, and Mel, we can all agree that we're grateful for you for at least caring. You care inside and finding how to have that conversation without it turning rough or unsafe or whatever. That's difficult, and I feel for you being in that kind of situation where you want to tell her because you want to stand up for what you believe in, but also trying to find a way where it doesn't turn into a shouting match between the two. So if you feel like it's something that you can do, that you feel safe and comfortable doing, I'd say go for it. You could even hey, why don't you watch these lives? But obviously not everyone will. But like I said, if it's something that you feel comfortable talking to her about, I would say go for it. Just you can take as much time as you need to think about it. If you don't think it's gonna be a safe thing or a super comfortable thing to do, but it might cause a shouting match, then you don't necessarily have to. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's good times and bad times to talk to her about it. It's not that it's just more of if we're both in the space to do it. Because I think one time I brought it up, not this topic, but another topic when we were both really tired, and it didn't turn into shouting match or anything. But it was definitely uncomfortable for her and for me. After me, I'm oh, I wonder what she's gonna think about me. And obviously, that shouldn't really matter. But obviously, I live with her, so it's more of oh, what's gonna happen after this. But I don't know, it just took me off guard, and that's why I wanted to come in, because she also usually it's not an excuse, but she is older, and I guess she's obviously more used to people coming out as gay and or bisexual or anything like that. But when it comes to trans, it's very new to her, and I just don't know how to obviously, but at the same time she's older. It's not an excuse, but things I've seen so many people not be able to progress even if it comes to mental health, like my dad, just because they're older, it's harder for them to change. So that's why I'm in the fence of talking to her about it or not.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's all older. I mean, I won't speak for all older people because obviously not all older people are the same, but it definitely does we're always age is an excuse, and that's right to an extent. We were it's right that age isn't really an excuse, and everyone can be willing to change. We had a live a week or two ago where it's pretty outside in Mel's house. We had a live a week or two ago. Not you. We were talking about how a guest came. We had a live where a guest came in, and I think I kind of got into a little bit of a shouting match with her because she was saying how older people are more reluctant to change because grew up in a different time. Obviously, we're growing up with social media and everything, and all that. But then someone else, I don't know where Kasha went. Then someone else came in and kind of explained people have different levels and rates at which they change. Sometimes it might be as simple as here's new information. And they're like, oh, okay, that's cool. I like that. Let's change. I'll change my vocabulary, change how I speak on things. Some people are presented information and they're like, I don't know about that, but let me go look into it. Some people are presented information and it might take like months or years for them to finally process, like, hey, this is what's up. And some people are presented new information and for the most part they'll just deny. They'll be like, nope, that's not real. I don't believe in that. And obviously we see a bunch of all of that on here. So it's just kind of about like, I don't know. I think that you should be proud of yourself regardless for your views and how at least how willing you are to talk to her about it. It's just about like if it's something you do want to do and to have that conversation, it's safe to, comfortable to. I would say go for it. Just make sure you find how you're gonna run the conversation. I guess if that makes sense.
I feel like none of these conversations are gonna like be too comfortable with people, like especially not that I know how she's. I feel like I'm less comfortable with not knowing how she's gonna react to knowing how she's gonna react. So I think there should be talked about regardless. I mean, you guys do it every day. I'm like, I don't know how you do it. I would lose it. But I don't know. Like I said, it's like more like, and like I said, I've had these conversations with her before, but this time I was just like, just don't say that. That was my reaction. I was like, don't say it.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was like, that's enough for me. I can't. If I start talking about it, I'm gonna start like blowing up for some reason. But yeah, I don't know. It's obviously something I need to think about and like organize my thoughts on, because I even came here like I feel like not knowing how to ask the question. So that was basically it. But thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. I watch your lives every day you come on, except for I didn't know you were live for 12 hours the other day. I think I came in near the end. I was like, oh my gosh, like
it was like 10 and a half.
It was like 10 and a half here, and then she went to other lives and went live there.
Yeah. So I also want to talk to Two Spirit about something about Canada, but I know that this is not the space. But
yep. I don't know. She must have dropped, but
yeah.
She hosts her own lives too a lot.
Yeah, I think because of the time change, I might not. She's also like on the other side of the pond, right?
Yeah, she's West Coast.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, so it's a little hard for me to catch her right now. I'm like in Europe, so you know the time change is like.
I followed you. If you have a question for Kasha, I can either ask her to follow you back, or to follow you, or you can just DM me the question. I can ask her for you, whichever works best.
I plan, like, this is like has nothing to do with it, but I plan to like get a travel visa for Canada, like maybe in the next few years. And I just wanted to ask what she like recommended. Honestly, that's it.
Yeah, I followed you on my main and on this one. I think I followed you.
I think I follow you on both. You got banned, right? Or I don't know.
Yeah, I got live beans for like a week. I have 3 more days for defending gay people. It's so much fun.
So,
yeah.
Okay. But, okay, that's it.
Ouch.
All right, thank you so much.
Thanks for coming up.
I have a tattoo. He does the same thing, so. All right, I'll jump off.
Yeah, thanks for coming up, Christina.
He doesn't usually do this. What is your problem? He's biting me. Like, what the hell? And then Nacho won't come in. I can't get him to come inside.
See? Dogs are better.
Nacho won't come in. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he's avoiding Mel because
left the room for a minute and he needed to go out, and then he just laid down. And if I go near him to like try to pick him up, he runs away.
He heard you didn't pick a side.
And the cats are hungry. Maybe that's what it is. Trident.
Hey.
What's up?
Yeah, so how is everybody?
I'm good. It's going. How about you?
I'm good.
So what's up?
So I wasn't too sure. I like this the background and everything, but I wasn't too sure what. I mean, I agree with that. We should stop making people that feel like they're feel like I'll just talk about it in terms of myself. Like can relate 100% to being female. It makes no difference to me how anyone else feels about themselves. I don't know why anybody would make such a big deal about it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel secure 100% in being female. If I felt differently, like, what difference does it make to my relating to being female how somebody else feels about themselves? Let them be themselves. Who cares?
I agree.
For sure.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Do you have
upsetting
any-
to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you
Do you have
think
anything
that
like
was-
opposing? Do you agree or disagree with anything in the background or anything?
What do you mean, people's comments?
No, like the background. Do you disagree with anything? Because we're trying to get people who maybe disagree with the topic to come on up and talk.
Oh, you want disagreeal? Well, I have a pro argument that nobody seems to agree with it. The pro argument is the LGBTQ plus community has always been great for property values and real estate and everything financial. So why would anyone be against it if they have any common sense at all?
They
The
don't.
LGBTQs are highly successful and they are great for society.
I would suggest that you workshop that before sharing it again.
Workshop?
Yeah, maybe think about that one a little bit longer and see how it might be problematic before sharing that.
Yeah, well, you know, people don't think with their brains, they seem to think emotionally based on what God wants them to feel.
Sure. Oh, Sherry's back. All
Okay, I'll leave if you want an opposition, so I'm gonna go. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Thanks for coming up.
Oh my gosh, I can barely get to my phone with these cats in the way.
Cats are better.
That was interesting.
Staring at me.
I have
Has
more
the
to
cat
say
gone
about
crazy?
that, but
What?
I'm not-
Looks like the
Hello,
cat's trying to
What's
attack
up,
you.
Andrea?
Hi, you okay, darlings?
Hello, what's
All
Is
up?
my reception bad?
Sorry,
God
I have
damn it.
breathing problems, so I can't really breathe that well. How is everybody this evening?
All right.
Okay.
Hold on.
Sorry?
Mel's
She's yelling
fighting
at the cats
her
or
cat.
dogs or something. You go for
Yeah,
it.
her pets are
Keep
being.
going.
I've been watching for a while, and I can see every single side of every argument completely. Nobody's right and nobody's wrong.
Disagree.
Well,
No,
Disagree.
that's absolutely fine that you disagree. I'm on the fence because look, I've got a son that's he came out as bi about a year ago. Then he said he was straight. Then he said he was gay. Then he said he was trans. Then he said he was pans, and now he's straight again. So I'm a bit of a on the fence with everything. But I appreciate every single thing that you've been saying.
No, you don't,
Why don't I?
because you're on the fence about everything.
No, I said I appreciate everything that you've been saying.
No, but that's impossible. That's a contradiction. You cannot appreciate all sides.
No, it's not a contradiction at all. I've taken in what you've been saying, and I respect your opinion. I respect every single one of his opinion. I'm not contradicting myself.
So is
but
that
you're
one
just
person
not
you're
sure about
talking
the
about?
human rights?
Yeah,
You're not talking about
what
human
specifically?
rights, though.
What specifically do you disagree with, though? Like what
I didn't
specifically
say I
so we can
disagree
nail that
with
down?
anything. I didn't say I
You
disagree with
see
anything.
both sides.
No, I said I can see both sides. So I don't disagree with your side or anybody else's side. I don't disagree
Which
with
side are
anything.
you on? Because one side is human rights and gender-affirming care for children and people in general, and the other side is fascism, bigotry, transphobia, homophobia.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm trying to be completely neutral with this. I am not saying
can't
any
be
side
completely
is right and
neutral.
any side is wrong.
If you're neutral, then you're
That's
on the
not
wrong
how that
side.
works.
I'm
That's not how
sorry,
that works.
I can't hear you, darling. I couldn't hear
He
what
said
you
if
just
you're
said.
neutral, he said if you're neutral, you're on the wrong side.
Well, not really. If I'm neutral, I'm not on the wrong
Yeah,
side. I'm not on
because
any side.
listen. If you're not advocating for gender-affirming care for trans people, if you're not advocating,
I never said I wasn't advocating. You don't
listen.
need to put words in my mouth.
Wait, listen. If you're not like actually going out and
Listen to me,
advocating for
you
this or
bunch of
supporting.
bigoting fucking
Wait,
cunts.
Andrea.
You're the
Andrea.
nastiest of every single fucking gender-neutral person on the planet. You're all bastards. You wanted to fucking die. You have been nasty to every fucker in this live from day fucking dot. I've been
Andrea,
watching you, and I've been on this live for about fucking 10 minutes. All of you need to fucking get a grip, look in the mirror, because you're all ugly fucking twatting bollock twats. All right?
You good? You got it out? Oh, you got it out. Okay.
Andrew was late
unalive
for her
ourselves.
ass eating appointment.
Did she also unalive ourselves in there?
That was one of the most interesting ones like that.
Yeah, she was full of shit from the start.
I know you kept calling her out and pissing her off.
Oh, it's been a
I don't know how you.
It's time for bed.
How did you,
Sleep tight,
how
honey.
did you see that right away? Okay, but how did you see that right away? Like, yeah, she was playing both sides, but how did you see that she was bullshit the whole time?
No, I didn't see that she was going to actually reveal herself. I didn't know that there was anything to reveal. But the things that she said don't make sense. So if you truly believe that you're neutral on a position that has no neutrality, then you're insane or delusional. Or you're just saying that to try to get on people's good side, which is what she was doing.
Right. Yeah, that
Wow.
was a trip. No, I just see both sides. I just see both sides.
This one.
And we're rude? She told us to unalive ourselves.
Yeah, we're all a bunch of cunts.
Jesus. Yeah, the right does have so much hate in them. As I said, there's two sides to this. There's human rights and medical care for people, and there's fascism, bigotry, homophobia, transphobia on the other side. There's no middle here.
Imagine getting so upset for people calling you out on what you're saying.
Sorry.
I really called her a bigot, and then she really got upset. Damn.
Yeah, that's kind of what you get mad at me for.
Then she called us bigots.
Should I get rid of my echo?
All right, you got us.
That was
I didn't
wild.
hear an echo. Yeah.
Yo, Abby, why is this phobic?
Yeah. What?
Why is this phobic?
I didn't say anything about this.
Hey, dude, your mom was just on here earlier. Like, she went fucking crazy. You might want to go check on her.
Andrea, probably. Thank you, Adora, for the raid.
Oh.
The second Adora raid of today.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty bad, huh?
What was iconic though in the middle of it too is when Mel did her string cheese pull. She just opened up the package in the middle of her rant.
Starts eating it.
Whenever I'm in the kitchen, I eat like string cheese. It's like the easiest thing to. I don't know why.
I can't just eat cheese. I don't know why. I can't
Yeah.
do that.
Cheese is good.
I agree, but not by itself.
Not. I don't know about this. This doesn't look suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't
What's
be
wrong, Nacho?
suspicious.
God damn it. I tried to get my kid to do it, but she's sleeping like she's a fucking vampire.
What if we found out that like your lives
typical.
are always broadcast on one of the BBC channels, which is why we get all the weirdos.
That makes sense. String cheese is amazing.
Kai says they're not suspicious. I don't know if you're talking about, but Kai has been in the box for a while, apparently, and it's not
Can we
suspicious.
talk about how string cheese is not amazing? How is string cheese
I would
amazing?
agree.
How is it
It's
amazing?
just cheese.
It's just good.
Yeah, it's tasty. It's
Yeah.
it's mozzarella cheese with a bunch of salt in it.
Good. Amazing.
In a tube form where you're supposed to eat it with like where you peel the strings, but you just bite into it anyway. So why do you even eat string cheese?
You have to eat it one way or it's not worth eating?
Well, it's not even string
Well,
cheese.
yeah, otherwise you're
It's
just eating
mozzarella.
cheese.
Yeah,
It's just a
Okay.
mozzarella stick without the breading.
It tastes the fucking
I mean-
same. You just eat it different.
it does. It tastes the same. You've just taken the fun out of the experience, but that's okay.
I find this to be more fun, so
Hello, military American flag. What's up?
Sus.
Mm-hmm.
You instantly muted yourself. You muted.
A little
Oh,
bit.
you're gone. Bye.
And they're gone.
I really wanted to talk to military American flag, but
Hi, your bio. I mean, I feel like I'm not letting you in. You have some.
You're gonna stay on for a while, right?
Probably.
Mel, if I was
Okay.
like,
I was just gonna say, I'll be right back. I got my kid food, and he said the chicken sandwich doesn't taste right. It tastes disgusting. You know how that goes. I gotta take it back, and I gotta fucking get something else because it doesn't taste right.
You gotta be a Karen.
Fuck.
this is an expectation
Yes.
that you have set.
It's true.
I know people tell me that, like, you let him be spoiled. Well, he will not eat. I'm sorry, so I'll be back.
I understand.
I have a kid like that too. So I get it.
I know.
What were you saying, Hole?
Oh, if I asked you, do you want to eat 10 string cheese sticks? Would you take me up on that?
10?
Yes.
No.
Okay. If I said
mozzarella sticks.
Yeah, do you want 10 mozzarella sticks? Would you take me up on that?
I would eat like 5 probably.
Okay. Would you eat 5?
okay,
Maybe.
you'd be more willing to eat them in fried form.
Because I get it. I do the same thing with fucking tortillas.
Right. Yeah. Do you want 75 tortilla chips? Yes. Do you want 15 tortillas? No.
Mm-hmm. You fry it and
No,
it's
I want
better.
50 tortillas,
Yeah.
actually. I love tortillas. Especially quesadillas are so good.
It's pronounced quesadilla.
Quesadilla.
I will make microwave quesadillas all the time.
They're quesadilla.
Why? Do you have a stovetop?
Yeah, but I'm lazy. It's the problem.
Me too. That's why I eat string cheese and.
So you take one soft taco shell or one tortilla shell. You put sprinkle mozzarella cheese, shredded whatever. Could be Mexican cheese, could be whatever. Fold it over itself, or do double or like one on each side. Put it in the microwave for like 18 seconds, and it's pretty darn good.
No. So Abby, here's the deal. Like, I understand laziness and microwave, like that's fine. But if you're willing to spend 3 minutes of just making sure your house doesn't burn down, the stovetop quesadilla is 10 times better.
Okay, but I also don't trust my stove here. It's caught on fire a couple times.
Hi, honeybees.
Hello, Lizzie. How you
Honestly,
doing?
I can't trust that quesadilla recipe, but you know what? If it makes you happy, if it brings you joy, you do what you have to do, friend.
It's so good. It's so good, Buzzy. It's so good.
I mean, normally I would say that that's BS and I don't agree with you, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to say you're right. You should eat whatever you want to eat, and I will never tell you not to. I am going to share with you recipes that are better, though. Okay?
Okay.
There's somebody on here that does Dollar Tree. Honestly, for anybody in the chat, clear, like if you want quick and easy meals and also not wallet impacting meals, because, well, the state of our economy and minimum wage and the average that people are making, or just anyways, if you are someone that is worried about these things, there are people on this app that make Dollar Tree meals that talk about all the different foods they have in the Dollar Tree and how to make meals from them, even if you have like pantry staples or things. And it's really helpful, really engaging. A lot of people have tried the recipe and they've been able to like meal prep for work using Dollar Tree foods.
I've seen that. However, you need to not be lazy.
Mel.
I'm
talking to
lazy
myself. I'm
and
talking to
poor.
myself. I gotta pee. You guys can talk. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
How are you feeling, Buzzy? Are you like 100% energy? 80% energy?
Not really 100%. I really got to get this protein and also like fluid intake thing down, I think. And also like, I don't know how to explain this. You kind of like talking makes me like tired. And I just did this live where I read Trump's indictment and like burned all the calories in having a conversation because I read aloud 44 pages of this indictment, just because, accuracy and information. But you know what was crazy is by the time I got to the end of it, all the Trump supporters, out of the 500 people that were watching this go down, all the Trump supporters, gone. And I was like, yes, this is what I want.
They can't read. They got bored.
Well, no, what happened is they were fighting for their lives in the comments about the fact he didn't do it. And every page just got more and more incriminating. It's like,
that's
amazing. Every page was more and more incriminating. And then the pictures added to the incrimination. And then Trump himself was quoted in the indictment saying that there was nothing wrong with Hillary's emails.
Seriously?
Yeah, on page 21. On page 21 of the indictment, you'll see a little blurb where Trump is talking about the fact where he had stole the documentation about Hillary's investigation, and it directly discussed how her emails were about like her getting her hair done, family things, all kinds of stuff. And so like he was quoted, talked about the 30 and specifically said the 30,000 emails. So like I'm reading this and every page gets more and more incriminating, and all the things he lied to them about is like being cleared up that he knew he was a liar. And as that happened, you just saw Trump supporters like suddenly you saw them stop fighting for their lives because, well, incrimination. Like it was kind of fun watching that go down in real time. 10 out of 10 recommend.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
But here's what I hate is that the conservative like tricksters will make up a thing like Ashley Biden's diary or whatever and like create something that's not real and then put it out there. So then people have to like fight whether it's real or not. So then when something like this that is real comes out, it casts a cloud of doubt over it of like, well, is this real too? Like, yeah, this is real. The other thing isn't. It's so frustrating.
It's incredibly frustrating because like for all this time we have been talking about how like there was nothing wrong with her emails. It was all personal. She was questioned for 18 hours. She never pled the fifth. She answered every single question. Like you go through all these things and people are like, she's still guilty. She's wrong. Being blah, blah, blah. And then you hear out of Trump's mouth within this indictment transcript. He cleaned it up. There was nothing wrong with her emails. Everything in the email. Her hair, her gym, going to the gym.
Right, but those are the same emails that the QAnon people took, and they were like they're coded messages between John Podesta and Hillary Clinton about the basement of Comet Ping Pong Pizza.
And quite literally, it was a government official that emptied out the email, going through all the emails to find out that it's just her living her personal life. Like, God damn it. But I was like, this is great. And so, after that happened, slowly but surely, they quite literally just disappeared into the abyss. And that was interesting watching that. So all the energy that I burned today reading that was completely worth it. Other than that, in the process of like surgical healing, doing okay. I walk a mile every day. Definitely got to try to get better at consuming water and eating food. But I've been hitting my 80 grams of protein pretty usually. I just had 12 grams of protein in 3 ounces of some buffalo chicken tenders. And so I'm going to log that to see where I'm at for the day, to see if I need to consume some more. Fought with my puppy about the buffalo chicken because he wanted some.
Yeah, duh.
Yeah, and he didn't
Cats don't do that.
He didn't get any, so he decided he wanted to fight about it.
Yeah, cats are fighty today.
The cats don't steal your buffalo chicken.
Trident stole some mozzarella earlier.
Amazing.
He was very mean to me.
Yeah, Glitch, I think I'm going to get some string cheese just to kind of have some. I do enjoy a good cheese. Sometimes I do take some mozzarella sticks and put them in the air fryer. My consumption is way down, so I can't eat 5 of them. I only eat like 3. But
I think they might be okay now that everybody ate something. I don't have any more requests with this many views.
If you agree with the headline, what is it? Background. Hold on, let me start over. If you disagree with the background, let's talk.
There you go.
That's it. Nailed it.
If you agree, don't put in a request. We would love to talk to you, but we're looking for people who don't want to talk, who want to talk about this and don't agree with it.
if you agree, just throw some dubs in the chat.
Yeah.
For Abby.
Mod me to my other account, or you can get me to there too.
Also, Abby, this is gonna bother me if I don't tell you this. Try putting it in the air fryer at least once. Just pop it.
I don't know that I have one. I don't know that I have one. It's the problem.
Get one.
Oh, in this economy. In this economy. Do you go thrifting?
So much better than a microwave.
Do you go thrifting?
I don't leave my house enough for anything. So
if you ever get a wild hair and decide to go thrifting, a lot of people on TikTok have been finding them in the thrift store for like $3 and $4. I got my bread maker from the thrift store for $4.
The biggest issue I have with it though is that right now I'm in an apartment, but next year or next semester I'm gonna be in a dorm, and the dorm is really limited on what you can have, and also there's no like kitchen or anything, so they have like a cafeteria built in. So I can buy this stuff, but then I don't know what to do with it for the next year. I have to figure out what I'm gonna do with some of my current stuff too. I have a bunch of stuff that I don't know what I'm gonna do with for a whole year or whatever.
Disney is stoner. First of all, your username. Third of all, how can you call it an echo when we're not talking about the subject at hand? We're having a conversation.
I think it's the feedback on your end.
Yeah, Buzzy, your speaker is like rattling a little bit.
That's on the top of my thing.
Is
it better?
It is better.
My volume was too high. I don't have my hearing aids in. That's my fault.
Bruce, do you agree your bio looks like you would? If you agree, please withdraw your request. Oh, shit. Took a screenshot.
Hate that.
I have it set up where you just need to tap it, and it's really dumb because then I get random screenshots of weird shit.
So don't do that.
Huh?
Don't do that.
I know, I haven't fixed it yet. I got a really weird message. I'm gonna read it.
Doggy, hashtag you can't change your gender. You want to play a game?
It says, I'm watching your live right now about the debate, and I have a question. If a lot of people believe kids have the decision to make a choice, right, then what happens if a kid says no to believing pronouns and trans-affirming care?
Are you talking about a non-binary child that is making their way downtown, walking fast, spaces fast in their hometown?
Believing in pronouns?
What's the question? Wait.
I don't get it.
Say it again. I wasn't listening.
So the question?
The whole
I think the answer is, hey, thanks for listening. Come on and listen to more of the lives.
Just to let you know that if you message me, it's extremely unlikely that I respond. Yeah. Even if it's nice. So, sorry.
And I do want to clarify that within that joke, the overarching statement is there's nothing wrong with being a non-binary individual that's just trying to live life comfortably within a society that may or may not be accepting to you depending on your familial and living circumstances. But you're doing the best you can. And if being non-binary is how you find fluidity in your life beautiful, and if being non-binary is how you keep yourself safe, that is also beautiful. Do what works best for you, and no one can judge you for that. You are a non-binary rainbow. You are a beautiful archipelago. Be who you are Monday through Sunday. Even
so
if that
was it
every day.
I did assume because pretty much every message that I get is terrible. That I thought
this person Asmo? Is that the person that asked?
Asked what?
Asmo? Is that the person that
asked the question that you just read?
No.
Oh, okay.
So this person messaged me and said they are. I just didn't ask how old they are, I guess. How old are you?
Hey there. I am 18.
Okay, your bio looks like you would be like younger.
Nope, 2004.
Okay, what's
November 28th. Hey there. So, I am partially opposed to your background image there. I fundamentally disagree with the concept of a trans child.
Why?
I believe it's important to consider the concepts of a trans child. You have to examine, medical sources and take into account a child's maturity level.
Can you be?
They agree that trans kids exist.
Can you answer the question?
I don't believe there is such a thing as a trans child, especially
what-
below the
what-
ages of around
I was one.
14.
What's the child that I have in my house then? What is she?
Research tends to indicate that children's brains continue to develop throughout their childhood and adolescence.
Buzzy.
Hi.
Their prefrontal
Hi,
cortex,
I'm Buzzy.
responsible for both their decision-making and
No,
impulse
so,
control,
hi.
is not fully developed.
Hi,
Let
I'm
Buzzy
a
talk.
fuzzy
Let
little
Buzzy talk.
bumblebee, and I am licensed in child growth and development. I specialize at ages 0 to 6, which means I can also teach classes as well. With that being said, children identify gender concepts at the age of 3. They are solidified in their gender by the age of 7. Gender is developed in the brain, specifically in the hypothalamus in the third interstitial space, and it is fully developed by the time a child is 7. Nobody has a say in a child's gender. Now, when we notice something might be going on with this child, we initially call that gender incongruence. And so with that, we are noticing that this child is experiencing something off between the way they present and the gender that maybe they're envisioning. And we notice that depending on the child, every child is different. Some children have very mild gender incongruence. Some children have extreme gender incongruence. I've seen that go both ways with my licensing. But every child is different. And what we do with that is the purpose of gender affirming care. We send them to therapy because the goal is to get to the root cause of the gender incongruence. Because a child does not have to be transgender to experience gender incongruence. There could be a number of things.
All right, that was going to be my question.
Yeah, there could be a number of things going on, and the goal of gender affirming care is to get to the bottom of that, which is why the percentage of people that are trans identifying in the United States of America is so low if you go through the proper channels.
It is low, but it is rising.
I wouldn't say that it's rising. According to everything that I've seen, I can't say that it's rising. I think because we are on social media, which is a very condensed space, you see more people willing to talk about their lives and their experience, but that wouldn't mean they're rising, especially if they've already gone through the gender affirming care process, which most people on social media have, meaning that these people have already been accounted for. People are just being more open with their lifestyle. Millennials created an environment on social media, which is the system of oversharing, where we talk about our lives, the people in it, and we drag our family through the mud every Thanksgiving. And so now you have more people that are just willing to do that and talk about their experiences and share. And if they are being victimized in some way, they come on the internet to find support, to find spaces at which they can be supported or feel comfortable, or to find their own family if their family is not accepting. But that is the purpose of gender affirming care. Yes, trans-identifying children exist, but we don't immediately say that this child is a trans-identifying child. We try to get to the root cause of that gender incongruence, and we work diligently to do so. It takes years.
With that in mind, one part of my disagreement is medical treatment for childhood gender dysphoria. I don't believe that children can consent, and I don't believe that
So there is no medical treatment for childhood gender dysphoria. As a matter of fact, it's all therapy. Unless a child is experiencing precocious puberty and they have something called gynecomastia, which is usually found most commonly in boys, where their chest is growing much quicker than other parts of their body, and they're developing boobs, and obviously that can cause some gender dysphoria. And this is not just for trans-identifying youth, this is for all youth. If necessary by a medical profession and agreed upon with a psychiatrist, those children can have top surgery in order to fix that issue. And the thing about it is, within that top surgery, they can decide how they want their chest to look with the surgeon that would be doing the surgery.
I wasn't specifically talking about, surgical procedures. So HRT, for example, I wouldn't agree with that being
It
administered.
usually happens when you're 16, not below.
Yes,
14.
although there are
14. It's 14.
there are cases where it is lower, and 14 I don't personally agree with. 15 and up is fine with me.
Based
I
on
believe
what?
that
Based on what?
Why?
I believe that a teenager at around that age has a better understanding of themselves, while those who are younger
Why?
and still coming into their, puberty have less of a concept.
They magically,
that they
so
are
once
also
they have their
young.
15th birthday, they magically become more mature, just like that.
No, and I didn't say that, did I?
No, but
Fuzzy
you keep saying
peanut-
adults.
14-year-olds have a
Like,
maturity
hold
level
on,
14-year-olds
hold on,
don't.
My daughter went through male puberty already, and now she started HRT as a 14-year-old. There was no reason for me to wait and make her suffer longer.
So the thing about HRT is we established the Tanner stages. Tanner stages is a child development stage to make sure that the child is meeting their Tanner stages so we can keep our eyes on what the incongruence is and what could possibly help that. So if a child is receiving medication, it has been approved by a doctor, a psych, and a therapist that this child needs this. Oh, look, it's a puppy. That this child needs this medication in effort to preserve life or to help with the incongruence. There's a study done at Stanford that's available on the website for all to see, and it talks about how the earlier you start a child with gender affirming care, the better chance you have at preserving the longevity of life.
Yes, but that gender affirming care can do irreversible damage to the child.
No, so HRT, you can stop HRT, and I think and every medicine has its consequences or possible outcomes, but I think the only thing with HRT is that if you are male to female, it's possible that you would have to if you start developing breast tissue, that you would have to get that removed if you wanted to go back to a regular looking chest, and then for male to female, for female to male, it might cause some reproductive issues that can be treated with a reproductive specialist.
Yeah, other issues that might persist if you're on testosterone, your voice can drop. That can be kind of irreversible without surgery, and bottom growth also. But I would like to say that, like Mel and Sherry can both attest to this, and myself, I got it after I was 18, but they give you informed consent papers that tell you all of the pros and cons, all of the negative risks that can happen, and it's signed off by you, the child, the parent, therapist, and a couple other doctors and specialists that know what they're talking about. They can certify, hey, we've been through a whole process. We understand that this person, and they also understand that what they're going through has risks that can happen, but they understand that the rewards, the positive outcome, greatly outweighs the negative.
A part of my disagreement with the treatment for transgenderism is that it's all quite new. I don't think we've had enough testing and...
Is that like racism?
There's plenty of testing.
You said transgenderism. Is that like racism? There is no ism. Transgenderism doesn't exist.
I apologize if I used a term that was incorrect.
So we know that trans-identifying people have been around since that tiny little mustache man that terrorized the world. And really before that, but we know specifically for a historical timeline, we know that he made speeches about trans-identifying individuals when he was terrorizing the world. So this is not a new ideology.
No, and I wasn't claiming it was an ideology.
They've existed for a long time, and there are lots of science behind the existence of trans-identifying people.
Well, I wasn't denying their existence either. I was more so contesting the treatment options that we have available currently.
Which treatment options?
All of them. I don't think they have enough testing or...
So what would you recommend as the replacement for that, considering you're probably not a doctor?
Wouldn't have a replacement in mind, nor did I claim to have a replacement in mind.
So
although
we currently don't have a better way of doing it, and doctors agree that this is the best way of doing it. So why are we disagreeing with the doctors and therapists and endocrinologists and all these people who agree that gender affirming care is the best way to handle this.
Because there are a lot of side effects that come with gender affirming care.
There are.
There are. Tell you those.
Consent form.
We just talked about.
Speaking of which, do you guys believe that children can consent?
Yes, this is literally
Consent
called
is not the same
informed
thing as
consent.
sexual consent.
No, I wasn't talking about the informed consent form. More of a general.
Informed
Do you
consent is
believe
different
that
than
children
sexual
can
consent.
consent?
So, question. Hold on.
It
Pause.
depends.
Do you think that children are going to these doctor's appointments by themselves?
No, I certainly do not believe that.
Okay,
children are
so
going to
who
these
do you
doctor's
think
appointments
signs
by
up a
themselves.
child for gender affirming care? And in most cases, if we're talking about a child specifically, who's paying for the insurance for these children?
I'm sorry, what was that? I was reading some of the
I
comments.
said, when we're talking about gender affirming care, who's paying for the health insurance of these children?
The parents, of course.
Okay, so when children go to gender affirming care, children go to gender affirming care with their parents. Therapy quite literally involves the parents because it's not just the child's life that is changing, it could be the parent's life as well. And there is an adaptation process. It is a family therapy situation. Children do not attend these appointments by themselves. Now, when we talk about informed consent, children should sign the informed consent because it is a meeting that is happening between the doctor, the child, and the parent, and all three of those people sign it, plus a host of other doctors, depending on the state that you live in. But typically, that is the doctor that's going to be prescribing the medication, a psychiatrist, a therapist, the parent, the child. Sometimes the parents...
Sorry, continue.
Sometimes the parents, if two parents are present, but informed consent is signed by everybody involved in this.
Yeah, it even says on the front of this form, before using medication to transition your adolescent to his or her affirmed gender, you need to be aware of possible advantages, disadvantages, and risks of these medication.
Yeah, and I wasn't denying that.
So what's the problem then?
And you've already been explained is that before the medication starts and they're going through therapy and psychiatry and things like that, the kid has to be evaluated to a level of understanding. They have to know what is going on. That's part of the therapy.
I know.
So once they've
Even
gone
says
through
that
the
here.
therapy, they've been written off on it.
Demonstrate knowledge and understanding of the expected outcomes of HRT,
Yes.
as well as the risks and benefits. The child has to understand or they will not go through with it.
So, Key, if a child can...
you can call me Kibby.
Kibby, if a professional deems that a child can show that they are able to understand that, what at that point is deficient in your eyes of consent?
I just personally think that children don't have the mental capacity to do so.
Okay, can you provide any evidence of why
up?
you believe that, or do you just believe it? Because you keep saying you believe, and you provide no evidence on why you believe it, and you provide no science behind anything.
There's plenty of data to back up the fact that kids aren't mature enough to make their own decisions.
I have a computer right here. Give me a source.
You keep asking for sources during this live, but are you guys providing sources for the most
You're
part?
not asking for sources.
I can provide you sources.
You made the
I
claim.
can tell you how
If
to
you could
find it.
DM them to me, that would be wonderful.
I could tell you how to find it. So what do you want to know? Do you want to know that that growth and development and all that includes gender, that gender is developed in the brain? If you want to know that answer, go to Google and type in where is gender developed in the brain, and it'll tell you it's in the hypothalamus in the third interstitial space. So gender is developed in the brain. If you want to talk about HRT and what are the side effects of HRT or the possible side effects of HRT, you can also type that in the Google search engine and it'll give you like a little highlighted blurb and also a bunch of articles that you can tap on. If you want to know specific about the HRT medications, you can go to the NIH, type in which medications it is that you want to know about, and it'll give you a full scientific explanation for that. And if you want to know what gender affirming care is, again, what is gender affirming care in the Google search engine will bring you a bunch of articles and a nice little highlighted blurb for gender affirming care.
All right. I do have a bit of a question that isn't concerning this. Who among you would identify themselves as a socialist?
It's not relevant, but could you turn your camera on?
I
That's
just
a bit of a
dropped you.
strange question.
Would you be willing to turn your camera on? Yes? No?
Mel, you're muted.
I'm not muted.
No,
I'm
Mel.
not speaking. I was
But-
talking to the dog.
So would none of you ascribe
Again,
yourselves to that?
not relevant. Would you be willing to turn your
No.
camera on? Because I feel like
And-
your account doesn't match your voice.
That's
Turn your camera on. Turn your camera on and you're gone. Turn your camera on and you're gone. I don't trust it. Turn your camera on.
you don't trust it?
Are you
Do not see
trans?
my
Camera on,
feelings?
or you're gone.
I'm trans.
Then why are you arguing against trans kids?
When did you become
Because I
trans?
personally
When you were
don't.
born?
When I was their age,
Or when you were
I didn't
18?
have the mental capacity.
I personally don't see this conversation going anywhere because we just went
That's
through
so
the
fucked
process to explain. And so it
Again,
really
I don't
should-
understand why they won't turn their camera on. They have videos showing their face. So if they have videos showing their face, that means they're not scared of showing. So
have
I would
makeup on.
I would like you to turn your camera on. Otherwise, you can leave.
That's a bit transphobic.
And they're how old?
Having my
18,
camera on,
19?
especially without makeup on, is very.
So
disturbing.
actually, sorry, Abby, go ahead.
I'm not calling you out because you're trans. I feel that your voice doesn't match your video. But again, your face is all over your page. We see all the videos. So again, if the face matches your face currently, then we would love to see it because clearly you're not afraid to show your face. So why are you afraid to show your face now?
I don't have makeup on.
So? I don't
Or my
either.
wig. But as I was saying, would any of you ascribe the title
No,
of socialist?
we're not talking about socialism or politics in that regard at all. That has nothing to do with the background.
Oh well, I feel like some of your opinions are informed by Marxist
Hey,
ideology.
Kibby, someone found a video on your account. The voice doesn't match your voice.
It's almost like you are posing to be a trans person. You're pretending to be trans and you're not. That's my accusation right now.
As I said, nobody would say that they're a socialist.
Your hair out of your face using ponytails, and then
Bye
put a
bye.
bikini on to make sure you can see. Put white foundation on because it's a base and it, nose contour, line.
That's the voice in the video. That's not them.
Yes,
I know
so,
Jackson found that.
I mean, look, I hope I'm wrong. I hope that my accusation is incorrect.
Everyone was getting creeped out by that anyways, but thanks Jackson for finding that because there's a lot of videos I didn't want to look through them.
Abby, you're making a
But I was getting weird vibes. Yeah, Reggie and
I would
Jackson
just
are both
like
saying
to
the
say
same thing.
too that's I think maybe the first time I've ever made that accusation, but that was based on a lot of information that we were just shown.
They either hacked the account, they bought the account from someone else, or they're catfishing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of the three options. I was getting weird vibes from them. Reggie was getting weird vibes from them. Jackson was getting weird vibes from them, and Reggie and Jackson both found videos.
I declined them like multiple times, and then they messaged me to like let them in, like whatever. I didn't have anybody else.
Yeah, Reggie and Jackson both found the same post. The voice they were talking with right there didn't match the voice on the video, and they were also very reluctant to turn their camera on, even though their face is all over their page. And even without the wig and makeup, we could still match the face.
Yeah.
And also, did someone boot him or did he run?
I did.
Hey. Okay. Yeah, everyone was uncomfy and it didn't match the voice on the video.
Yeah, everybody was a little weirded out in the chat.
Hey, just a little message for everybody. If you're not trans, don't tell people you're trans.
Yeah.
I'm like, normally I wouldn't ask people to turn their cameras on. I mean, unless you're saying some really horrible shit, like, say it with your face. But, like, it's the fact that their face is all over their videos that, like, they have their face. They're not afraid to show it. So I don't know why they'd be so afraid to show it here, regardless of makeup status or wig. And that wasn't a transphobic thing. That was a doesn't feel right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if you weren't using like the voice that you used in that video, I feel like it would have been closer at least. Or I don't know. That's weird. I don't know. I should stop talking. But
Me either. I'm gonna reset. I'll be right back.
Okay.